Coming up next on Get Caught in a Net.
Get caught in a net with Annette. For your mind, body, and soul. Get caught in a net with Annette. It's your intellectual radio show. Here to inspire you and encourage you to be your very best. Get caught in a net with Annette. Get caught in a net with Annette. For your mind, body, and soul. Get caught in a net with Annette. It's your intellectual radio show. Here to inspire you and encourage you.
You are now tuned in to Mind, Body, and Soul with Annette, where your host, Annette Harris, analyze intriguing life questions and concerns, such as, do Christians suffer from mental illness? Have you wondered why they act abnormal? Or you may ask, what is really going on in their minds? Do you need Annette? Well, keep listening for a biblical understanding of the psychology of the mind.
Hey, great evening, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in. Come on in. It's time for you to come on in and get caught in the net. Another segment on this evening. I'm your girl, your host, Annette Harris. I am the host of this wonderful show, Mind, Body, and Soul with Annette. I am the CEO of GetcaughtinANet Incorporated and two-time award-winning author of that bestseller, Surviving a Silenced Heartbeat. Listen, guys. Come on in. I promised you earlier this afternoon that we will have a segment, another segment, to feature DAG 2025 nominees. I know that's a mouthful, but we want to make sure that we come in and talk to these individuals, have them share with us about their books, about their nomination. And I'm so excited to see them. A few of them, you know, I've interviewed before in previous years, and some of them are back. So on this evening, we have a whole different crew than earlier. And just so you'll know, for the next 2 weeks, we will feature DAG 2025 nominees at the 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock hour on the next 2 Wednesdays as well. So if you didn't see the author that you know earlier today or this evening, come back for the next 2 weeks and maybe you will see them. So I'm going to bring in these individuals. As I'm bringing them in, I do want to encourage each of you to share this live stream. If you would not mind doing that for me, we are live on Facebook, Get Caught in the Net, also live on Instagram at Get Caught in the Net, and my YouTube channel, GetcaughtinANet Incorporated. So you shouldn't be able to, you shouldn't miss us, should I say. And if you're not able to watch this live in its entirety, you are more than welcome to go back and listen to the broadcast a little bit later after we're done, of course. So I have in my midst more dynamic authors, and I am so excited to push and promote my brothers and my sisters and, kind of talk with them on this evening. First, I have Undra Ware.
Hey.
Look, I had to make sure I get that, in there. Okay, I got it. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. First, I want to congratulate to all the nominees. Congratulate to everyone.
Yes.
It's really an honor being nominated. You know what I'm saying? So congratulations.
Beautiful, beautiful. This is my first time meeting Mr. Ware, and the pleasure is all mine. And these next two that I'm going to introduce, I know them already. Let's go with the lovely Mother Dove, Theresa Smith-Hickman. How are you?
Hi, guys. I'm doing good. It's so good to be on. Yes, congratulations to all of the nominees. I'm so excited to be here.
Yes. Oh, I'm glad you're here as well. This is, her nickname, or I don't know if we say nickname, but her name, Mother Dove. But she has such I love her because when I met her a couple of years ago, she has such this like nice, quiet spirit. But she's a force. So don't
Yes.
don't mistake that quiet voice and think she doesn't have what it takes, because she definitely does. And I'm so glad that she's here. And I think since we've met, she has a son,
Yes.
her husband. So congratulations on that.
Thank you so much.
So I guess he's what about? Is he almost 2 or is he 2?
He's 18 months already.
Wow.
Yes.
What a blessing.
Strong guy.
What a blessing for you and your husband. So we're grateful for that. And then let's hop on over here to my friend, Mr. J Vinson. How's it going?
Good. How you doing this evening?
Doing wonderful. Doing wonderful. It's good to see you again as well.
Yes, ma'am.
And I am going to have each of you to start off talking about, just give a little bit of background about yourself before we start talking about your masterpieces on this evening. Kind of, tell my audience who you are. And I'm going to, of course, start with the young lady. Theresa, would you mind starting off for us?
Of course. So, yes, everybody, I am Theresa Smith-Hickman, also known as Mother Dove. I am an educator, a speaker. I'm an author. I'm an entrepreneur, two-time entrepreneur. I have my own nonprofit. So many hats. As Annette said, I am a mother of a toddler. His name is Asher, and he is 18 months. I work here in Chicago, and it's just a blessing to be here on with you all today. I can go on and on about myself, but I'm not going to tell the whole story just yet.
Good. Thank you so much. Thank you. Now they have an idea of who you are. Yes. Wonderful. Come on, Jay, talk to us. Remind the people of who you are.
Okay. Jay Vinson, located in Atlanta, Georgia. High school educator. I teach audio, video, tech, and film. Also a 3-time published author with my last book, Moving Past Your Pain. Actually, I won the award last year with DAG. So I am an award-winning author with my last book, Moving Past Your Pain. Also a certified athlete agent advisor, where I work with a lot of student athletes. I have my own business called JV Athlete Advisory Services, where I basically provide mental wellness coaching services to these athletes. I also help them navigate with the name, image, and likeness. Also help them figure out their career plan post their careers over, once their career is over with. I've been an entrepreneur since 2020. Been in education since 2018. Also a licensed minister of the gospel. So that's pretty much who I am in a nutshell.
I love it. And y'all wait, I want y'all to look at that face. That's a baby face and all that stuff he talking about he doing. Jay got a baby face. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that, because when you get older, you still want to look young, right?
Yes, true.
All right, Andre, can you talk to us about who you are? Explain to my audience, who is Undra Ware?
Oh, actually, my name is Undra Ware. I'm an award-winning author, DAG recipient for The Purpose of Being. Also, I've written 3 books. The first one was The Purpose of Being. The second one was The Naked Eye, and now a children's book, From Darkness to Light, which has just been nominated, which is good. I appreciate that. I work in the city of Chicago. I work for the city of Chicago. I won't actually say what I do, but I've been in government for over, let's say, 25 years. So I'm looking forward to retirement. I've been married for over 30 years. I got 3 adult children. And what else? Basically, my goal from being a nominee from darkness to light, I would like to transition as I retire to going into public speaking, traveling around the world, and just sharing my experiences. That's really my goal.
Okay. I love it. All right. Well, let's hop right into this. Those are great introductions. Thank you so much for sharing with us on this evening. So let me ask you guys, what is your passion? What is your passion?
I'll go first. My passion is to see every student athlete be great on the field as well as off the field. As being a former athlete myself, and even I didn't mention this, in my introduction, I actually coached football in high school when I was working for two of my previous schools. So I coached football there, worked with student athletes, been working with student athletes ever since I moved to Atlanta. So that's really my passion, is to basically see student athletes thrive on the field as well as off the field, even with mental wellness. That's a hot topic right now, even with the name, image, and likeness. NIL here in the state of Georgia, high school athletes can get monetized based off their name, image, and likeness. And my passion is to pretty much teach them the ins and outs of how they can get monetized through their name, image, and likeness, as well as helping them brand themselves on social media as well as off social media, and basically just help them have a career plan once their career is over with. So that's really what I've been doing. That's really my purpose now. I really know what my true purpose is, and that's really my true purpose now, is to work with these gentlemen as well as ladies as well, student athletes, and even teaching students. Even with what I teach, it's an elective class, but my purpose is to basically help them figure out what they really want to do after high school. And even in high school, I've been teaching my students to not just wait till you go to college or not wait till you graduate high school, but go ahead and start a business if you're interested in starting a business. And one guy, he actually took hold of what I told him, and he's in the process of starting his business right now.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. I love that. What did you see coming along? How did that develop into your passion? Was there something that you saw? I know you mentioned that you were an athlete.
Yes, ma'am.
Prior to. And so was it just you relating to them on that level, or was it something else?
I'll say a mixture of both. I will say that my parents made sure I was in church when I was small. So even throughout my teenage years, I basically was a Sunday school teacher to my peers, and I was teaching them about kingdom principles within the Bible, with how God wants us to live. And so I would say it all started when I was a teenager, even when I became a licensed minister at a very young age 15. Even as I got older, began to grow in the faith and began to see how God wants us to live an abundant life. And that's basically what I've been pouring into every young person that I've come in contact with, and just let them know that what you're going through right now is just only temporarily. Like you still have a purpose in life and a calling in life. And even though they may not know what their purpose and calling in life right now, but eventually they're going to figure out what their true purpose and true calling is in life. And really, I say just being more relatable to them, meeting them exactly where they are, understanding what they go through. Because, I see this every day with kids I teach, as well as other students that I don't teach.
Right.
The pressure that's on them to be a top athlete, for those that play sports, and even for those that are students who just want to have a high GPA and go to the next level, which is a collegiate level. I basically just teach them to take it one day at a time, enjoy the ride, enjoy the process. Because I even told them when I was in high school how I was stressing, just like how they were stressing, of trying to pass a high school graduation exam in my home state of Alabama. And it took me one last time to pass a high school graduation exam, which was the reading part, in my senior year. And I ended up passing. I know it wasn't by me basically just studying and applying myself. I knew it was also through the favor and the grace of God that basically allowed me to pass that high school graduation exam and graduate on time.
Right.
So I just tell each student and student athlete to just enjoy the journey and take it one day at a time. So that's basically how I actually figured out and also found out what I was actually gifted in, and even what my true purpose and true calling is.
Beautiful.
Okay,
Beautiful.
now, Jack.
Okay. Look, and very inspirational. But I love to see that. I love to see how, and you're paying it forward. I love to see how you do that, and not think, okay, I done made it to where I need to get, or I'm just going on about my long head, as they say sometimes, and not really, caring about, others. So you're paying it forward. You want to see them succeed. I love that. And so we appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for sharing all of that. Okay, Theresa, what's your passion?
So what is my passion, my purpose, the reason why, the gifts that God has given me, right, is to build up our students in order for them to be confident and competent individuals as they continue to grow. As I stated before, I am an educator, and I've been working with students for the last 15 plus years of my life. And when I tell you, just to see the smiles and to see the growth over the years on the impact that I can bring into their lives, it just brings me so much joy. It allows me to know, like, I am doing God's work. I am making sure that I am bringing more children to the fold, making sure that I'm being a living example of who He is as I educate, as I teach our students. I want to make sure that our children know who they are and whose they are. And I also want them to know that they can do anything if they just try. My book, I Can Just Try, which was a DAG award-winning book back in 2023, it was really STEM, wanting to make sure our kids remember you could do anything if you just try. And so from there, and as I continue on my journey, it's just really to make a difference in the lives of our kids today. That's what I'm about. I'm about the youth. I'm about making sure that they are seen, are heard, and are pushed forward because they are future, right? And so we have to show them, and we have to give them that opportunity to allow their lives to shine.
Beautiful. They are our future, even though it may sound like a cliche, but they are. And I love how both of you have taken like different, age groups, so to speak, but you're putting back, into them, you're encouraging them, in your various platforms. So we're grateful for that.
I start with the young ones because I really do think that it makes a difference when we can reach them young, when we can reach them when they're at their core, when they're soaking it up, everything, right? We have to reach them when they're young so that when they get old, they will not depart, as the word would say, right? So
right.
That's it for me.
That's right. I love it. I love it. You guys that are hopping on, I'm going to go to Mr. Andre next, but as you're hopping on, if you have any questions or comments, or you just want to say hi, to those that are here, you can do so in the comments section. I'll toggle back and forth and, see what we have here. And I appreciate you that are on Instagram and YouTube watching us now. If you don't know, these are the DAG 2025 nominees, just a portion of them. I'm going to feature as many of them as I can within the next couple of weeks. And so they can talk to you about their projects. And not only that, as you see already, I'm talking to them about what they do, what they've done, what they contribute to society, which is absolutely wonderful. You won't know until you ask, right? So I like to ask. I like to kind of, get in there and talk about these things. So, Mr. Andre, what is your passion? And, you can kind of go forward talking about that. I don't know if it relates to your book or not, or if it's just something separate altogether.
Deep in my heart, my passion, I really like to inspire people to do the best, to bring out the best in them. I was always an underdog in life. You know what I'm saying? Hanging with the wrong elements, being with the gangs, doing drugs. Even though I came from a family with a spiritual background, a Baptist background, I valued what they passed down to me, but I just didn't appreciate them.
Yeah.
So as I was going through life, not believing in God, even though, like I said, I had the background, I was just hanging out in the streets. And one day, I must have really been dark. You know what I'm saying? And when actually Jesus came to me himself and just let me know, hey, you got to stop throwing up them pitchforks. And my life, he showed me everything that was done in my life. And I came from a divorced family. And that pretty much affected me as well. I was living with my dad at the time. That was basically in my high school years. I just say from 1983 going forward.
Mhm.
But after I had that experience, and I was thinking to myself, you know how you lay in your bed and you ask yourself, was this for real? And as I was reflecting and recapping everything, I was looking at the door in the bedroom. You know, I sleep with my door closed. But
Okay.
this particular experience, there was a light at the door, bright. It was really bright, like heaven was there personally. I got scared. I thought it was a burglar, so I couldn't scream for my dad. So then I put my head under the cover, looked up again, the light was gone. So now I'm really like, something is going on here. You know, mentally, I'm having this. I was just it was fearful. I was fearful. Then that's when the voice, he acknowledged himself. I'm Jesus, Son of God. So now I'm like, okay, I'm hearing this spirit, but I'm not really understanding what's going on. So after he reflected and showed me everything that I've done, the last thing he said was, you know, you got to stop throwing up those pitchforks. They represent the devil. And do you know, going forward, I stopped throwing up pitchforks. But just to fast forward, as I was thinking about this experience, I'm laying in the bed the next morning, and you know how you be like, this couldn't have been real. So I looked at the door, it was closed. And I'm thinking, okay, somebody was in here. So now I listened to the radio. I normally used to sleep with my radio on. During that experience, the radio was not on. When I woke up, the radio was on. So now the third thing that will really convince me that God was there, when I saw the imprint on my bed, as if somebody was sitting there, and I was tucked in very neatly. And you know, I was a wild sleeper. Once I saw what I was tucked in, I was like, no, this is for real. So I was just sharing with my mom the experience, and she was like, you have a job to do. So fast forward again, after I stopped throwing up the pitchforks and I just started viewing life differently. You know, I knew I wanted to contribute something. I didn't know what, but something. And I used to always write, how can I say, my experiences, how I felt, my emotions. I really didn't articulate it back then, how I really felt, but I wrote it down. When I lost my job with the state and I became suicidal, and that's when I looked in my closet and I grabbed out everything that I've written. And I had 3 books. And God was like, this is what I want you to do. And so basically my passion and what I want to contribute, I just want to use my life experience and let the young people know and adults know there is a better way out here. Yeah, you might be going through your challenges now, but you have to believe in yourself to say no. You know right from wrong, but you just have to know who you are inside.
Okay.
And it's okay to be different. It took me a minute to understand. Yes, I was always different. I didn't understand why, being bullied and just nobody want to be an outsider, you know, and looking at. I guess I get very emotional when I think about that because I was really an outcast. But now I don't care about being no outcast. Right now, I just want to say, hey, God is real. I'm using my life to say you can get off them drugs. If you come from a divorced family, that's not who you are. You can be the best version of yourself if you just believe. Sometimes you may have to change your circle. It's okay.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's what I want to give back. That's who I am.
I love it. I love it. I said earlier in the 12 noon session that, and this is always true, you may have heard me say this before, that our journey is not for us alone. It's not. It's for others, you know. And you know, how old were you when you had that encounter?
Let's see, 15.
Okay.
Yep.
And then, like you said, fast forward and then talking about all the, you know, when you started writing, you had 3 books. You know,
Even I was surprised.
Yes, I can imagine. I can only imagine. So it is definitely so important for us to heed what God is saying. You know,
Yes.
that was pretty deep, that encounter. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
If you
That's
didn't
why I had
know,
to put it in the book.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Love it. I love it. Hey, let me recognize some people here. I think Patricia Wallace is one of the other DAG nominees on this year. She says hello and congrats to you guys.
Hey.
Of course, Gina Gadsden, we appreciate you for coming in. I don't know this name over here, Divine Intervention, I believe. Thank you for coming in. Sharice Bennett, I believe I will have her scheduled in the coming weeks as well. And I do not want to mess up this name, so can I just go with Bracy Miller? J is the first initial. I don't like to mess up individuals' names because your name is you. The comment here, powerful words from you all. Let me show that on the screen. There it is there. All right. It's a pretty name. I just don't want to mess it up. All right. So this is great. I mean, it's so good to hear from you guys and listening, to where you came from, your passion. I appreciate again you sharing that with us, being transparent. So let's kind of talk about these books. You have penned. Many of you have penned more, like 3, 4, and 5 books. Look, my hat is on, y'all. Look, I penned one book, and I was good. Whatever the Lord says, and going forward. But my hat is off to you all. But let's talk about your books. And really, I want to ask. Okay, so I mean, Andre, you basically had 3 books already, like you said, in your closet or whatever. What's
Yes.
like the motivation for each of you, if you kind of maybe answer for me, in continuing to write? Is it just simply God told me to keep going, or what's behind that? Because I know you can't put everything into one book.
That's true.
Sometimes you're like, okay, I'm gonna write so I can get this out, or what have you. What's your motivation to continue writing?
For me, basically, I write from my heart. I have a
Okay.
lot of dreams, so whatever I dream about or whatever the spirit tell me to write down, I have to follow suit. I'm very obedient. And sometimes it can be challenging because I'm like, okay, so how am I going to put these words together? But I also learned from that, don't rush it. Take your time because you want your thoughts. I'm the type of person, whatever I write, it has to be from my heart. And I want people to feel it emotionally, or they got to affect them psychologically or spiritually. So
Yeah.
I want to hit them from those 3 perspectives. So when I write, I keep those 3 perspectives in mind: emotionally, spiritually, and psychologically. So if it don't affect them in those 3 focus or areas, it's a waste of time for me.
Okay. All right. Theresa, what's your
Sure.
motivation?
My motivation, again, as I stated before, are children and making sure that I am being the living example for them. So my children's books are, this one is the one that is being nominated right now, I Am A to Z. It's an affirmational based book in which my character, her name is Terry, and she's taking the children on a journey of who she is from A to Z. She is highlighting different adjectives throughout the entire dictionary. So not just the good ones to describe ourselves or as quote unquote people consider to be good, but she's also highlighting things like her being bossy. A lot of the times, a lot of our little girls are considered bossy, but that doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. I really want our children to look at that word and say, I'm a leader. I'm someone who inspires other people. I'm someone who can uplift someone else. So even if someone tells them that you're bossy or you talk too much, because that's another word, talkative, in the book, I don't want our kids to think that you just talk too much. No, that's a good thing. You have to speak your mind. You have to speak up and speak out. I know I'm in situations at times where I'm always the one in the room that's going to raise a hand, right? Because there's so many people that just sit back and don't share or don't speak up or speak out. And I'm like, no, it's okay to talk. It's okay to encourage. So I really want our parents, our teachers to really utilize my book, I Am A to Z. Teach our kids more vocabulary words to describe themselves, because a lot of times many of them are just saying, I'm happy or sad or angry. Very, very small words that don't mean much, but if we really push them to use more vocabulary words, they can then affirm and believe who they are, and who they want to be, who they want other people to see them as, right? So that's the book that is being nominated. It comes with the an activity book to really enforce those words that are in the book. It's I Am A to Z. It's an activity book for the kids too. And then I did state that my first book was I Can Just Try, which is about Terry. That's my character, guys. Really just making sure our kids remember that they can do anything if they just try. And this one hopefully will be nominated next year. This is my newly released book, The ABCs of Black History. My goodness.
Okay.
So many times, like, our kids don't know where they come from. They don't know people that have really inspired our community and who we are as a people, right? And nowadays, it's being thrown out of the classroom. It's not being talked about. It's being, just, I don't want to say diminished, but in a sense, it is. And we really have to make sure our kids know the people that have come before us and who have really made a difference. So I took it upon myself to say, you know what, I'm going to put this in a book. We're going to make it a little bit of a history lesson that, teachers and parents and so many people can use to educate our children about African Americans who have truly made an impact in our lives. So those are my books. Like I said, I write them for the children. I am all about uplifting and making a difference for our future, our children. And that's pretty much it. Yeah,
it doesn't seem like either one of y'all gonna stop writing books. I love this. What's your response, Jay?
I would say my response, going back to student athletes and students, even everybody in general. I write from a holistic approach. As a holistic minister of the gospel, holistic life coach, when it comes to mental wellness, even from being a teacher, I basically teach from a holistic approach. So my book is called Stepping Into Greatness, From Pain to Purpose and Promise. We know everybody goes through pain in life. In order for them to actually step into greatness, they have to overcome the pain that they had went through. Yeah. In order for them to really figure out what their true purpose is in life. And then after they figure out what their true purpose and calling is in life, then they'll be able to reap all the promises that God has for them on this earth. And even in this book, is a 50-day inspirational read. I know a lot of people have read devotional books, but I say inspirational because it's a inspirational read, because not only is backed up by biblical principles within the word, but it's also backed up by real life stories also. And even at the end of the each day, there's an affirmation to basically help people just speak positive words over their life and not negative words over their life, because there's so much negativity in this world that we see on a daily basis. You can go to social media, you can even hear it on the news, a lot of negativity. But each day in this book here, Stepping Into Greatness, I leave everybody with an affirmation. There were several topics that I talked about when it comes to leaving your comfort zone, because a lot of times we get stuck in our comfort zone in which we don't want to break free and basically see what God has for us on this earth, or even just go to the next level in life. A lot of people just get complacent and get comfortable where they don't even want to be free and basically just live life abundantly with how God wants you to live. And then you'll be able to see what all God has for you on this earth. And even people stay stuck in toxic relationships, toxic marriages. And I talked about, are you happy? That was another topic that I talked about in this book. Even though I have mentored, even coached people who have been married, who have been in toxic relationships. Even sometimes people wonder why certain relationships don't even pan out, don't work out, is because maybe God don't want you in that relationship. And I had to basically just learn that myself, even doing my experience and trying to get to know people, trying to date. Sometimes, I wonder why people leave. It's because maybe God don't want me to basically talk to that person. And sometimes, the people that you're connected with, they could either be sent from God or they can be sent from the enemy.
Come on now.
And that's what I talked about in this book here, Stepping Into Greatness. And, in order for you to step into greatness, you have to overcome certain things in life that may come your way. And that's what I talked about in this book here, not just for the adults, but I even said student athletes as well as students. So this book is a holistic approach, and it basically go hand in hand from all different angles and from different walks of life as well. And even being a minister of the gospel, not only do I just preach the word, but I also teach it in a practical way with how everybody can live, grabs hold of, so they can live how God wants them to live every step of the way. So that's the way how I go about teaching and breaking down the word to God's people.
Love it. Love it. You guys have given some great responses as to why, you are continuing to write. And I ask those questions because sometimes we have to encourage people, encourage someone else. They're listening. Some may want to write. Some may want to continue writing. But, hearing, how, what motivates each of you, maybe they can find something to motivate them. And then, the ultimate thing is to be able to help somebody else. And that's, the consensus of listening to each of you, that's what you really want to do. You want to help someone else. Let me hop back over here. Greta, I don't know if I mentioned your comment. She said, congratulations. And Greg Gray, my people, he says, fantastic authors. See you at the DAG Awards show. Hashtag Duke live in you know what?
Living.
Wait, don't correct me because he ain't gonna do my come on here and mess with me. So it's dope living. We know who you are, Greg. Nina made she says all 4 panel members have DAG award winning books.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yes, that includes all of us.
Definitely. Thank you, DAG.
Okay, let's see. Greta also says she loves this, and we thank you for that comment. And then Patricia says, love the concept of the positive adjectives. And before I move further, I do want to say, Theresa, this new book you have, oh my God, I can already see. I'm going to be purchasing that. I know that already. I know that already. I'm laughing because Greg done hopped in here and said something, but I am going to make sure I purchase your book. Yeah, that's what it is. Don't live in, Greg. That's what it is. I'm just kidding. Anywho, but yeah, so I'm loving this. I'm loving your books. I'm loving your passion. Can I ask you guys real quick about your supporters, those who support you? How does that help you in what you're doing? Whether it's spouses or parents or children. Theresa, talk to us about your supporters.
Oh, I have a huge support system from my husband, my little baby, my parents, my siblings, my cousins, like just the whole family, right? As well as my friends, those people who just support me outside of the family dynamic. They are always there, always encouraging me, telling me to keep pushing, never to give up. Sometimes I get, a little hesitant to keep going, right? Because we all get in those in the little funk sometimes where we're like, I don't know, am I really making a difference? Am I really doing what God has for me? And and to have those people behind me is just tremendous. I am so grateful. God has definitely blessed me. He's been blessing me since I was a little girl. I'm gonna mention I Can't Just Try Again, my 2-time winning book, because it's a really powerful book. But that book, I Can't Just Try, I highlight how my character Terry, she was afraid to try new things. She was afraid to push herself out there, right? And just like Terry, myself as a little girl, sometimes I was a little hesitant, but I had my supporters. I had those people who said, no, you can do it. Go ahead. My mother and my daddy would put me in the forefront in a minute. I mean, I've been singing for church since I was 3 years old. Like, they would make sure that they put me out there because they're like, you have to like push yourself. And so I'm just so grateful. I am like extremely blessed, and I am thankful for all of them. If you guys are listening, hi guys, and thank you for just being you. Thank you for just being available when I need you. Thank you for just always lifting me up and encouraging me. And most importantly, I thank God, because without him, I don't know who I would be or where I would be. I pray that prayer every morning. So thank you, Jesus, for all that you've done for me as I continue to let my light shine oh so brightly. Mm-hmm.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for that. Support system, Andre?
Support system. Of course, my parents, my mom, my dad, my wife, my kids. But I'm sending a special shout out to those in the city of Blue Island, particularly the Blue Island Fire Department. When I first published my book, they made sure they supported me and bought a book. To Chicago Vocational High School, Class 84, my Cavalier family. Gotta acknowledge the Cavaliers. And of course, DAG, because if it wasn't for DAG, I wouldn't be an award-winning author.
That's
and
right.
the man upstairs himself.
Come on now. Well, you made that quite simple, right? Okay, thank you.
I'm pretty much simple,
Right. Straight and to the point. I love it. All right, Jay, your support system. I can kind of imagine who you're going to say, but share with us.
I'll say first and foremost, God. I wouldn't be who I am without him, and wouldn't be in the position and place where I'm at right now without him. So I say God first. Secondly, my parents, throughout the years, since I was born up until now, my parents have been my huge support system. Every step of the way. Even my oldest brother, only sibling, my brother, he's been my support system also, every step of the way from birth all the way up until now. Even these three individuals who are located in Alabama, you don't mind if I say their name?
That's on you.
Okay. Coach Apostle Philanda Browder, Coach Pastor Short T, as well as Coach Erica. These three individuals have been my support system. I got connected with Coach Erica through Coach Pastor Short T. She's in the mental wellness space, and she's a huge supporter. So all of them are located in Birmingham and even Prattville, Alabama. So those three individuals, as well as other coaches who I worked with on the high school level, working in football here in Metro Atlanta, Coach Bumpers, Coach Clifton, even other coaches that I've worked with who have supported me down throughout the years. It's been an entrepreneur, even my teachers in high school, teachers in college, even some of my colleagues who I work with, even DAG. DAG has been a huge support system ever since I've been connected with them. Everybody that's affiliated with DAG, Miss Gina, Greg, everybody. I don't want to start naming any names and missing anybody. And you hold it against me. But I'll just say everybody that's connected with DAG and my close circle of friends, as well as my entire family as well.
Beautiful. I knew you were going to say your parents, but my goodness, you gave a whole long list. That's good though.
Yes,
you don't want to forget those that helped you, along the way. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Thanks for sharing. I see somebody over here says, "Hey sis, is this your relative, Theresa?"
That's my brother.
Okay.
Hi, Keith.
Right. Thanks for coming in. I could be your sister too, but yeah.
Absolutely. You know, Annette, come on.
I figured he was talking to you. Farron, thanks for coming in. She says hello to everyone. This is tremendous. I absolutely love. I was telling Gina when we were organizing, trying to get you guys into, your various slots. I said, I love doing this. I love highlighting you guys because, you bring so much to the table. And I want to be able to use my platform to, to push it out as much as I can. Y'all forgive me, Greg. You're going to get off of my live stream. That's what you're going to do. So
What
I
do you
can
say
be too. And see, I'm trying to be all, serious. You go bring some. That's okay. I love Greg. I love him. But yeah, I love to highlight you guys. And oh my goodness, Siri wants to talk too. But we're not going to let Siri talk.
They're always in the business.
Always. Like, stop. No, but this is great. I'm not gonna call that name again because it may start. Dina says you guys love coming to this platform, and I love for you guys to do that as well. So thank you so much for the time. As we're ending on this evening, I want to hear from each of you, if you can. Tell me what the nomination means to you, and maybe some encouraging words to those. I mean, you've already been doing it. Maybe, something you can share to leave with those that are listening and that will come back and listen to the broadcast. So first of all, what the nomination meant to you, and then some encouraging words.
Well, I go first. Keep it
Okay.
short and simple. The nomination means a whole lot to me. This is my second nomination with DAG. Last year was phenomenal. We had an awesome time down there in Chicago with DAG, and even winning the award. That meant a whole lot to me last year. Even this year, being nominated again with stepping into greatness from pain to purpose and promise. This award means even being nominated. This means a whole lot to me. That basically just speaks volumes of the type of work that I'm doing. And I know that with the help of the Holy Spirit, number one, I'm going to continue to keep doing what I'm doing. And I know that it's making a huge impact, not just locally, but even around this world. So even with DAG, Ms. Gina, this award means a whole lot to me, and even the support system that I have. But inspirational word that I just want to leave with everybody, it's real simple. Pain births purpose. Whatever that you're going through, the pain that you're going through right now, just know that it births purpose. Your pain is only temporarily, and eventually it's going to birth purpose. You're going to figure out what you are good at. You're going to figure out what you're called to do on this earth, and you're going to basically figure out what your true purpose and true calling is on this earth. So just know that it's only temporarily, it's only a season, but at the end of the day, pain births purpose.
I love it. Y'all see how he threw that preacher hat on at the end? Y'all saw that, right? My late pastor used to say, whatever's in you gonna come out, and it sure did. All right. I love it. Thank you for that, and thank you for the encouraging words. Gina, as I'm talking to them towards the end, I want to make sure that I'm putting the correct link for the awards show into the comment section. So if you can make sure what I just posted is correct so that I can show it on the screen. All right, let's see. I'm going to go to Andre and then let my sister be last, if that's okay.
Cool. So what does nomination mean for me? I'm gonna keep it simple. I matter. For a long time, I really didn't think I mattered. I didn't think I had anything to offer. I didn't believe in myself. But when I first won the award from the purpose of being, that lets me know God is watching. Now, from darkness to light, as I'm coming out of darkness and I'm sharing this light now that I'm in, it's overwhelming. So yes, this nomination means a lot because I matter, which means I'm doing God's work. I'm following His will. What I want to leave as a positive note, your life can be turned around. You can walk, you can come out of darkness and into the light. You just have to believe and just believe in yourself. You can follow the light because you have a choice. We all have a choice. Whether you're going to choose the darkness or you're going to choose the light. It's your choice.
Your choice. All right now. I love it. I love it. Y'all talking good tonight. Come on, sis. Why don't you wrap us up?
Yes, of course. So I am just thrilled to be nominated again. I won back in 2023. 2023, yes, when I was pregnant. And to just have this opportunity again is just a blessing. I am so grateful to DAG. I so appreciate Gina for putting me on and like just carrying me through. It has just been truly a blessing to be honored again, to know that what I'm doing is okay. What I'm doing is really impacting lives and making a true difference. So I am just so grateful and thankful to DAG. If I was to leave here today and just give you guys a little nugget of what I share with my kids all the time in my tutoring business as well as at my school, I'm going to tell you the affirmation that I have my students to say. I am smart. I am kind. I am confident. I can do anything if I just try. So I want every one of you to remember just that. You can and you will do anything if you just try. So keep going.
I love it. I love it. I love her little voice. Thank you. Thank you. Big impact. Okay.
Yes.
And Gina says here, you are leaving such a huge footprint. I totally agree. Totally agree. So keep it moving, keep going, be encouraged. Even as you're going through this process, a huge congratulations to each of you for your nomination. And it is very, we know that it was designed by God for sure. Especially after listening to you guys on tonight. Let me give you a little applause here. All right. Oh. Love it. I love it. This has been great. I want to thank you guys again for your time on this evening. Scheduling, I know it's not always easy, especially when you're prior to this award show, you go on this media run here. So I know you probably got, calendars together and everything. But again, I thank you for taking time out to come on Mind, Body, and Soul with Annette to talk with us on this evening. And if you guys look, those that are watching at the bottom, I believe, let's see. Yeah, that's the link that you need to click on as soon as you exit off of this so that you can purchase your ticket if you have not already. November 7th is the DAG Awards show. It'll be a wonderful and eventful evening for you. You can come out, support your authors, support all the authors. And I know you probably have some that you specifically will support, but support them. Gina Gasson is doing a wonderful job. Her committee, Dr. Stevens, everybody who's working behind the scenes, Greg, everyone that's working behind the scenes to make it a wonderful, wonderful evening. And I love the way they do it because, to be honest with you, they make you feel special, and I love how they do it. I love how they support in supporting authors. I said earlier, I think it might have been in the 12 noon show, books are not outdated. People are still writing books. People are still reading books. Okay. So don't think that they're gone anywhere. Jacqueline Armstrong says, so proud of you, Theresa. That's so sweet. All right. Thank you for coming in. We appreciate you. And who's this? Smith, L. Smith.
That's my mommy.
That's your mommy?
That's my mommy.
How do you pronounce her name?
That's lengthy.
Timothy. Okay, that's different. I like that. Okay.
Mhm.
Congratulations to all of you. And I actually echo her sentiments. So, those of you on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, thank you so much for joining us on this evening, for coming in, for your comments. Please get your tickets if you do not have them already. And we want to support DAG. DAG is doing a wonderful job. Not only, highlighting authors, they also try to give back. So we want to, support them as much as we can. And I want you guys to meet me next week and the Wednesday after that. Again, I have like four more sessions. So you guys, please make sure you come back and join us. And if you didn't see your author on today, you should see them in the next 2 weeks. So again, thank you for your time, your patience, your comments. And I pray God will bless each and every one of you to continue striving and doing what you're doing, that he will cover you guys under his blood, and that his will be done continually in your lives. All right. So thank you. Oh, Natalie gonna hop in here. You're gonna have to go back and rewind, Natalie. But thank you for jumping in, Miss Romance, novelist. She got that thing locked up. I love it. I love it. She's doing a great job as well. All right, we're gonna get out of here. You guys meet me before next Wednesday. On Monday evening, I do have a special segment. It's not DAG authors, but it's a special segment. So I'm gonna play that promo as we're exiting out. I do ask that you would meet me back Monday. I believe it is at 6:30, and you'll have your chance to get caught in the net. We'll see you guys soon. On the next session of Get Caught in a Net.
Get caught in a net with